All right, and we're back for another one. Welcome back to Put on the List. I'm Andres, and with me as always is that other guy, Francisco.
The happy positive guy.
Happy positive. There you go. The fucking big-headed happy positive. Somehow that equals happy.
Big happy.
Big happy.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's up? How are you doing?
I'm good.
What are we going to talk about this week, man?
Ooh. Okay. Again, way too many trailers. We're going to be powering through these because, goddamn, no one wants to listen to us ramble about a trailer for 20 minutes. Or do they? We got some news. Got some news on the news front, the nerd front. We got some news from Marvel. It's major. We're going to get into that a little bit.
Whoa. Hey.
You like that?
You're doing a lot.
A couple of little pieces of news, some casting. We watched the biggest film of the year, money-wise, anyways. So I think the money-makingest film of the year. We watched it. We're going to bring you a review of Barbie. Got some thoughts. I think we both got thoughts. And one of us, you hung out with Shyamalan.
Timmy's in the house.
You got your review of Wonka coming up. I am so excited to hear what you thought because we're going to get into that. And we got our double feature, Christmas adjacent, films. I don't know. We're going to...
Is it a Christmas movie? You know, that argument?
We're going to debate. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What do you say?
I say, let's start the show, buddy. Hey, man, we're back. And I'm excited to see you, man.
You too. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a power one. We're going to get through some shit. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Sure is.
How are you feeling with cookies right now? Are you all right?
I'm cookied out. I'm officially, I think, what today? Today is the 19th.
Yeah.
And then my daughter's going to be like, we got to make cookies for Santa. And I'm like, girl, Santa don't want no cookies this year. So.
Woo, yeah, I'm a little cookied out ourselves over here. But give it a couple of days. We'll see what happens. Throw some eggnog in there and might change our tune.
Bro, eggnog is the most non-Mexican thing in the planet.
I don't even know what culture would try to take credit for it, but goddamn, it's
but you like it,
dude. It's like drinking ice cream before it becomes ice cream.
It's not ice cream. That is not ice cream, sir. Not for me.
Throw the rum in it, dickhead. Anyways,
throw whatever you want on it. It's still the same shit.
All right,
you ready to start this trailers?
But before we get into the trailers, we should let folks know next week, best of the year list we're going to get into. We're going to drop that shit. So be on the lookout for that next week. That might be a longer one. We might just, half the episode will probably be just that shit. What do you think? Yeah.
We might not have trailers next week. Just to let you know.
There you go. We'll just save those for later. But so there you go. Look forward to that shit. I'm excited to see what you thought. I started my list. It's fucking big. I'm like, oh my God.
You have to cut it back.
I watched way more than I realized.
I can show you my list, which is the best list. Ooh. And then you can just,
then I can wipe my ass with it. And then we'll go from there.
Here we go. So nasty, dog.
All right.
Anyways.
All right, here we go. Trailers. All right. What's up first?
Right. First up, John Krasinski, big fan. If.
Looks trippy. I mean, it's got Ryan Reynolds as its lead. It's a cool premise about a kid who can see their imaginary friend as a kid, and all of a sudden, everyone's imaginary friend shows up and needs her help, or else something bad's gonna happen. I don't know. It looks like a kiddie movie, but with a slightly serious tone. And John Krasinski, man, he's batting 1,000 for directing. So I'm a little curious. I'm curious, but I'm not excited.
Yeah. The film's live action with the imaginary friends, the ifs, if you may, being animated and stuff. And I think they did a good job of blending. They don't stick out like sore thumbs. Like sometimes when people try to do live action and animation at the same time. Yeah. So I like what they did with the designs, and
The designs
and
are
it
simple.
looks funny, and I like the imagination aspect of it, and just kind of letting go and like trying to recapture as an adult, try to recapture some of the childlike wonder that we used to have. You know, like I used to wonder about like, things like that, and you used to wonder about what the blackest black was, and like, Metallica shit, and like, yeah.
Yes. Now we're gonna get that in the movie form.
Yeah.
I'm curious. John Krasinski, man, he's doing like 180. I think there's gonna be a lot less child murders in this one. So
Yeah.
we'll see how this one goes.
He went like hard in the paint the other way, right? Like there's no like giant stabby bugs, in this one.
Yeah. But all right. So what else we got?
All right, next up, Beverly Hills Cop 4 or Axel F. My bad. I don't know, man. Did we need it?
I've heard about this for a while. I'm like, they're not going to do that. And then, but number one, okay, what do you think about the name Beverly Hills Cop Axel F?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and like, and if you like, so the last one was in the 90s, so that's at least 20 something years ago. Yeah. And like this generation is gonna be like, like they don't know who Axel Foley is. They don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be like, so this movie is just to cater to 40 somethings and 50 something year olds. Like they're not trying to capture any young people at all.
I guess not. What do you think of the
trailer? I don't know the strategy with that.
Awkward. All right.
Yeah.
What do you think of the trailer?
It gave me Beverly Hills Cop 3 vibes. I don't know.
I think it looked way better than Beverly Hills Cop 3. That film is an abomination. I think it's more of like a mix of like the second Beverly Hills Cop, Tony Scott, and
the good one.
Kind of like those vibes, but like with older dudes, and they all look like they're missing like 2 or 3 steps, but they're doing some really cool action scenes. I'm like, that's pretty hardcore. That looks like visually, it looks like pretty solid.
But are they gonna look like young guys doing old guys stunts, or is it gonna are they just gonna be like geriatric people doing stunts?
We're gonna find out when it shows up on Netflix in like the summer. There's no official date yet, but I think summer-ish is when they're gonna drop it on Netflix.
Be like, pass me the Bengay. I need to loosen up.
It's trippy. These are like Paramount films, and now they're going straight to Netflix. But hey, whatever. I don't know what's going on. But okay.
That's Netflix is bossing everybody. They're just like
slapping you around.
Yeah, like give me what do you got? Give me that shit. Give it to me. I'm Netflix. Yeah,
the cartel.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Moving on. A Stone Age thriller. Out for Darkness.
Yeah. What do you think?
I like art house elevated suspense thriller, shit like this. So the only question is like, is all the action in the trailer? Because sometimes you watch something like this and the movie's like really like long breathed and just like what? Just kind of pretty scenery and nothing doing.
It looks trippy. And I don't think we've ever seen like a Stone Aged thriller kind of like, I don't want to say thriller, but like supernatural possibly. We don't know yet.
But we watched about the Viking movie with Skarsgård.
That's the closest we've come. But these guys are like way before that. They ain't even got like huts, or they got like a tree to sleep under in, or a cave. That's what we're talking about. So we're like, ooh, those guys have like swords. Like these guys have like sticks. And I'm curious. I think it looks visually like really interesting.
It looks super pretty. Curious. But the substance, you know what I'm saying? I wonder if it's going to be there.
I think it looks fun.
Hey, this guy's going to watch it. I don't know about that guy over there on the other side.
I'm going to watch it just for the idea alone. I'm like, that's unique. I'm going to check this out. But all right.
All right. No, I'm not going to talk shit right now.
Good.
I'm going to save it. Next up, we got Alex Garland's Civil War.
This movie looks like a trip.
Yeah, I like it.
I gotta say though, do we need this movie right now? Aren't we supposed to be still kind of like healing a little in the country, and then we're going to go this direction? I'm like, all right,
there you go, fucking soft ass bake ass cookie right there, cookie guy. I gotta regain some masculinity back. Come on, don't stop being so soft, bro. We read DMZ.
Yeah, no, this looks exactly like that. I'm like, ooh, this is like the DMC that we didn't get in the DMZ show that HBO made for some reason. It was like, what? This looks like the show. Like, but now I'm curious. Like, you're getting the vibes of like, America's second Civil War, and they've all split into these different factions. But I have a feeling that's just going to be the backdrop to some kind of other story, because that's what this guy does. He does very character-driven commentaries on society. Yeah. So I'm really curious. He did Ex Machina. That movie's nuts. In
a good way.
He does some cool stuff when he's on. He's on. He swings for the fences. Sometimes he misses, like the one Natalie Portman one. I was like, what the fuck is this? Annihilation.
Annihilation. You know what I remember this? Remember that movie, The Siege with Denzel?
And
like when that came out, I was like, I don't know, we need to see this right now, because it's kind of it's tense. It's tense out there, and it was a little close to reality back then. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I understand what you're saying, but man, we got to be able to just
have a discourse. Sure.
Yeah, tell stories, like, but some of us are just fucking dumb, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Some of us are just dumb.
It's going to be...
but I think the dumb people are not going to watch it. Maybe. I can hope.
We'll find out. I don't know. Check your socials when this movie comes out. But I mean, it's Alex Garland. So like anyone... dumb people aren't going to get his stuff. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to see the levels of work that he does when he tries to craft these stories. But anyways,
it's like one of those guys that if it's in the shot, it's there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it's on purpose. It's like, cool. I wonder what that is. When like he wanted it there, we got to figure it out.
And when Jesse Plemons shows up, I'm like, all right, it's gonna go
there. Shape. Look like he got in shape a little bit.
It's gonna go there. So I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool.
That guy's having a great career, man.
Dude, he's like low key just in all the good shit. You know what I mean?
Like, is he like this generation's my guy from War Horses? Was it Gary Oldman? Because he just kind of like, I mean, it's him, but he's always like a different character. He like adapts to everything. You know what I'm saying? So you know how Gary Oldman's like the chameleon or whatever?
Yeah.
And this guy has potential to be like because Gary Oldman is top notch.
And he also chooses really good roles. And so is Jesse Plemons. So yeah. All right. Well, to be continued.
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
All right, and the last
Francisco. A plus Kung Fu Panda numero 4.
I had no idea this is on its way. And we had a huge trailer.
Damn. They're running out of mythical creatures.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, wait a minute. They're just kind of going back to what they already did.
Yeah.
They're like,
they picked the best one and like rebooted it in the spiritual sense.
And then they're like, we're going to do a Voltron version of all his former.
Yeah. But the five deadly people, the voice actors aren't there.
So I was like, where are those dudes at?
I think he's got like a new little fluffy sidekick.
It was awkward, but it's new and different. I'm like, all right. I guess we're not getting a Jackie Chan in this episode, but
no Angelina Jolie, no Jackie Chan, no. What's the other guys? Oh, one was Rogan.
David Cross, I think, was the monkey,
and Seth Rogen.
Looks different. But I mean, we're gonna watch it. Let's face it. I think all his shit all the Kung Fu Pandas are all pretty damn good and entertaining. Like even if they have like,
and visually, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed them visually,
and they've aged really well. Like there's not like they just aged really well. They're fun. That's all I
couldn't help but say skadoosh for a while,
dude. Yeah, there you go. And Jack Black, always hilarious. So that's coming out next year. Had no idea.
Yeah,
all right.
We did it, man. That was super fast. Good job by me.
It's about 10-ish minutes.
All right. News and tidbits. Holy shit. Jonathan Majors out at Marvel 2. 2 guilty verdicts in his trial.
And immediately Marvel released their statement within like minutes, I think, or something. Minutes. It's like they hooked up their fucking social media to the judge's gavel. He was like, clink, bam, and it just fucking went up.
They're like Telegram, like those cartoons that just watch Telegram.
Doing it on a bike, ching 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 ching. Holy shit!
He gone. They said he gone.
Man, he's gone like Marvel owed him money or something.
Damn, dude.
All right. Thoughts.
Kang. All right, Kang. I think they're gonna recast him. I think they're gonna keep the character Kang, and they're gonna recast him. Now, which way they go with that, I'm not sure, because there's not like a ton of people that can have that kind of gravitas and stuff that can carry a role that's supposed to be like a badass villain, you know, that you can just be like intimidating and like, you know, just draws you in and wants you to root against him and root for him, I guess, at the same time. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I mean, recast, like, I don't even know who to bring up, because the obvious one would be Michael B. Jordan, but that, you know,
no,
but he's already in the Marvel universe, and he did a pretty good job as being a villain. But yeah, I mean, do you got somebody in mind?
There's one. It's a total like, one person who I think could look really cool and crazy in the suit, who I think it matched that crazy energy. Javier Bardem.
That's a good one.
You know what I mean? Like, he could, I don't think he's like in the shape that fucking Jonathan Majors was, but very few people were. But as far as like acting and range and crazy and different roles, like, I think he could bring some, you know, that energy, like that fucking out there energy.
Yeah.
That's kind of it, man. Or like, just, I'm not really sure. Like, I think this is
I see when I see Javier Bardem's face.
Yeah.
Like, I see more like a dark side guy. Like, his face, obviously not the body.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but that like stoic kind of like, do I want to fuck you up kind of face? Like, are you even worth me messing you up kind of face? But Javier Bardem's cool. He's a good guy.
I'm so curious where they end up going.
They got a lot of investments.
It's good timing on their end, because they just finished the whole Loki run with him, and they're kind of taking a bit of a break from their films because their shit is not going in the right direction.
Yeah, and then you brought up maybe them pivoting. I just think they're like pot committed, bro. They got too much shit like already in the pot. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like Marvel and Disney have been batting, you know, 1,000 lately. They're struggling. You know what I'm saying? And the confidence that at least the audience doesn't have the confidence in them like they used to. And I don't think a lot of the investment community does either.
Yeah, people are a little like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They grew too quick, and they had way too many executives making like all the wrong people in the wrong positions making the wrong choices. Like, I know there's like some shows that have had that problem. Like, they're making projects by committee, and the committees are a bunch of dumb shits, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah. It's like everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid, and the motherfuckers, somebody forgot to keep putting sugar in the Kool-Aid, and now it's just sour ass Kool-Aid.
Yeah. It's just like, but I mean, this is the perfect time for them to pivot. But they knew this shit was coming for the last like year. Like, they were already getting ready for it. So we'll see what happens. I'm so curious. Maybe at Comic-Con they'll announce something. I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right. You good with this one?
Yeah.
All right. This is a sad one.
Yeah, this is a sad one. Andrea Bauer passed away recently, and he was 61, I think?
Yeah.
Damn.
Great actor.
Yep. I mean, I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, dude. And he was Captain Holt. Captain Holt was the shit.
It's funny because he does like hilarious stuff and super dramatic stuff. He's been around from like the 90s, just doing like tons of stuff, and does lots of voice work, and everyone said he was a super nice guy.
Remember him in Glory? He was the butler guy that decided to join the army. He was already free. He was already free, and he went, go ahead.
Glory's crazy. So good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that dude's been around. He's been killing it. Like, everything he does. Like, he's just in the pocket every time.
Yeah.
But man, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
Rest in peace, Mr. Bauer.
Yeah. Super bummer. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember when he called the dog a little bitch. I'm like, Cheddar, you bitch. That was the best. That was his dog's name in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But anyways, he had me rolling in that show. Moving on. What is this? Just kidding. Good Omens season 3 renewal.
Yeah.
Are you surprised, or were you already under the assumption that it was already greenlit?
I think 50-50. I didn't finish the second season. It was just like, it was so different from the first season. Like clearly the budget went way down because like the entire, like the first episode took place on like one block, like 3 rooms. I'm like, this is really not, it's kind of boring. You know what I mean? Like the first episode, the first season is fucking crazy. And like the storytelling is crazy. It's so good that we have the book. The book's so good. But it didn't dig the second season, but I heard it got better, and I'll probably check it out at some point. And Neil Gaiman said he wrote 2 more seasons, like for season 3. So this was kind of already almost a done deal. And it came on probably a low budget. So they're like, good enough, make it. So they already have all the people and then the fucking sets and the costumes. Like they're just going to, it's cheap. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm sure I'll check it out at some point, but hey.
That's good. I'm not going to check it out. I don't think so. It wasn't my cup of tea. On my enemies. All right, moving on. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson sets new film with the Safdie brothers. Or
I think it's just one, right? One brother,
one
because
Safdie.
One's focusing on acting now.
Yeah.
And way less stressful. You just show up and get paid to say other people's words. You don't got to fucking write your own words, produce your own thing, and direct your own thing, or edit your own thing. But he's going to play an early UFC fighter from like the old days of UFC where there was like no rules. You just show up drunk and get in the ring, and then you have to fight for 12 hours. And I think he's playing someone like that. And I was like, that's interesting because that shit was nuts back in the day.
Yeah. Because I was wondering, like, early UFC fighter, this guy's like 55.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do, but the Safdies, those guys make legit films. So I'm super curious how dark this one goes.
Yeah, there's always like that cringe awkwardness to their movies, kind of like, you know, like a train wreck's gonna come, and you're like, oh, in your head already like picturing the worst, and they just keep stringing you along till you get there, and you're like, fuck, that sucked, and that was amazing at the same time.
Because it's so well done, and they just they orchestrate and put everything so well together and construct it in a way where you're just like, oh shit, it's so simple, but they do it so well. Yeah,
I wish you would revisit Uncut Gems.
I kind of want to now that we watched the other ones. I'm like, I think I understand the flavor a little bit better.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right. Next and last,
Sandler's a scumbag, bro.
Of course.
It's like, what? Like, not Sandler. But anyways, moving on. Cliffhanger sequel set summer start.
Yeah, they're going to start filming.
For a Cliffhanger sequel?
Not really. I would have been.
The first one was just so good, right? It's like, why did we need to do that again?
If they did this maybe like 10 or 15 years ago, maybe. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He's
like 1,000 years old. What is he in the climb, bro?
I don't know. They're going to be like pulling him up in a bucket or something. Like, I don't understand. Like,
and wasn't his name Gabe?
Yeah. Gabe Walker.
Gabe, 1,000-year-old Gabe. Come on up. You have to climb this mountain to save 10 goats.
That shit looked hard like 30 plus years ago. Like, what are you doing? Anyways, but yeah, they're going to start filming it. Is this going to be like a straight to like Amazon thing? I don't know. I'm very curious. So curious.
You know, like I just thought of something. It's a tangent, but because Stallone is old, right? And he's doing this shit and on the mountain. And I just thought of Nicolas Cage. Like I read recently where he's like, oh, I got like 4 or 5 films left in me. Mm-hmm. That's what he said. And like, there's a new one that popped up on Hulu called Retirement Plan. And it's like, he's like, he looks old as shit in the movie, and he somebody kidnaps his daughter. It's kind of like Taken, but like a goofy, like he's not, I don't know, he's an artist or some shit. But I'm like, you got 4 or 5 films left, and this is one of them. Damn, Nick, I'm gonna watch it. Don't get me wrong. I'll report back next week. I almost watched it this weekend, but yeah. Retirement Plan, Nicolas Cage on Hulu.
Here's the thing though, Stallone's sequel to Cliff, he only has like what, a handful of like really memorable, like badass films, right? And he's got like some that aren't great.
He's got some misses.
Yeah, so he's got some that aren't great, and he's got like a handful of like great ones. You know what I mean? And it's like, if this does not hit, is it going to soil one of his great ones? Just a little bit. Like, I don't know. I
think he has more great ones than not.
I would say so. But it's like, but this is like Cliffhanger is one of my.
I feel
top,
like, you know,
top 3, top 5 of Stallone films. Like, I love this movie. Cliffhanger is so good.
Yeah. Like, I think that Nicolas Cage diluted his filmography.
Huge.
And, you know, he's one that's what you just said was perfect fit for him. Also, another one that diluted their filmography is Bruce Willis. I love Bruce Willis, but the last 10 years have been shit. You know what I'm saying? And
the reason they've even been saying it's like because they knew
but that's 3 years. I don't know how long they kept it a secret, but
I think it was longer than that. It was much longer than that.
Yeah, but they only reported it. I'm saying, but 3 years ago.
But if you look at what he's done in the last 5 to 10 years, you're like, oh.
What's the last good Bruce Willis film?
Looper? I don't know.
Damn, Looper. That's like 2008.
It was a long time ago. I don't know. I have to look it up, but it's been a while.
Yeah. Wow. But okay. All right. Anyway. Moving on. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you want to get more sad? We're talking about some of our favorite actors just going to shit.
Let's not do that. All right.
All right.
We watched some stuff.
Okay, here we go. We watched some stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Barbie. Here we go. Here we go.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get into some spoilers, but not yet. Overall. All right. All right, Mr. Pink. How did you feel overall without spoilers? How did you feel about Barbie?
I enjoyed it. And there's some nitpicks, but you know what I'm saying? I saw what I guess the big fuss was about, but at the same time, I'm just like, I didn't completely drink all the pink Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
But there's definitely some really, really cool shit in it. But you know what I'm saying? Some stuff, it was like, you know, all right, is this where I'm supposed to turn my brain off and not think about this? Or, do you know what I'm saying? There's definitely some plot holes. But
sure. Oh, don't even think about that. Plot is secondary to like a delivery vehicle of like some ideas and thoughts and some commentary on society.
Yeah.
And but I'm pretty much with you. I really enjoyed it. I was like, this is like super enjoyable. It was hilarious. We need to be hilarious. It looked great. Like the designs for certain things were really, really cool. It was very there was a film where I was like, this is just like this other film. Like there was like a ton of this energy where they kind of like, it goes back and forth into like just absurd, like the Lego movie. Like there was all sorts of like, it had a lot of vibes of the Lego movie, which I loved. So I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? It was like trippy. And it did not take itself at all. The non-serious parts were completely not serious. But then they would sprinkle in some like, have you guys thought about dad dying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those non-serious moments, which is like the majority of the film, made the serious moments like really hit. So you're like, oh shit, okay. I'll also say not a kid's movie. Like I don't know how this thing was advertised, but I mean, I was told like family members that took little girls to watch this movie, and they did not enjoy it because they were just like, of course, it's way over their head. They're not going to get all existential. They want to see some Barbies do some Barbie shit.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I got to say, though, my guy, Ryan Gosling, stole the show. That guy was
always
on
always
a,
on.
on a heater. That guy's like, I'm gonna be a legend. I'm like, oh shit, man. Even like when he wasn't talking, just like if you looked at him, his face was always doing something. You know what I'm saying? Even if he didn't have any words, he was just like making little smirks and this and looking a certain way or whatever. And he was just on the entire time.
And dude, during like
And
the dance numbers, he was like
yeah,
out dancing half the people there. I was like, Jesus, that
yeah,
dude's got he's crazy. Like how good this guy is at so many things. I'm like, I hate you, Ryan Gosling.
yeah. No, I was more just like, this is an appreciation moment for Ryan Gosling right here. Look at that guy.
Yeah, he's killing it. All right, should we go to some spoilers? You want to talk about any spoilers? Or, I don't know. Do you want to go into any themes? How do we want to approach this one? Because this one is different.
Yeah, I mean, we can go into spoilers and I'll do a couple of nitpicks, I guess.
Sure. Why not? Let's have some fun with it. All right. Timer. All right, listeners. Spoilers for Barbie. Fast forward 5.5 minutes, but there's nothing really to spoil. So, hey, there you go. It's on HBO. All right. Fire away.
Okay. One nitpick that I had was that the marketing, you know, it's like as soon as we get into Barbie land and we see all different shapes, sizes, colors of Barbie,
yeah,
which is great. But they didn't do that in the commercial. You know what I'm saying? In the commercials, it was just Barbie. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I feel like that was a little bit misleading.
Okay.
So it's like, oh yeah, you're proud of it, but you won't show it in the actual commercial that brings people in. And I don't know if that made me feel like there was a little bit something like, what are they keeping, or what do they not believe it 100%? You know what I'm saying? Because like I liked everybody's performance and I liked everybody that was in it. I don't think there was like a weak performer in anybody. You know what I'm saying? If anybody, I mean, Will Ferrell was a little overdoing it. You know what I'm saying? But
sure.
But everybody else, man, was great. And you know, no matter what nationality, or I like the diversity. You know what I'm saying? I just wish that the trailer or the marketing would have been as diverse.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't even matter because it made $1 billion. So whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it worked, but I'm just like sitting down and watching it because they're like, oh, Barbie can be anybody, can be anything, can be, you know what I'm saying? They're selling you on this. Yeah, Barbie can be all that, but not on the commercial. You know what I'm saying? That's where I felt like a little bit like,
just not, she can't be in the marketing campaign.
Yeah, she can be anything, but not in the marketing campaign. Because they had to do some interesting cuts because it was diverse throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Except that boardroom. You know what I'm saying? Which was on purpose.
Dude,
you know
that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
Those boardroom guys and how they're always matching everything and running at the same pace and riding that giant bicycle, wearing the same shoes at the same. It was like rollerblading in the same thing. Like, what the fuck?
And just Alan, Michael Cera was fucking hilarious too. Oh my goodness. He was great.
So good. And then the person who stole every scene she was in was Kate McKinnon. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, she was nutso. Yeah, she was a good nutso.
And Margot Robbie, fantastically solid throughout. Got all emotional and was like, okay.
Stereotypical Barbie.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like, they spell it out for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that was interesting. No, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I like, dude, like the I'm Just Ken video or the I'm Just Ken routine. That's what they showed in front of Mission Impossible instead of a trailer.
And you were
that's like, oh, this movie could be something because that's what they showed us instead of the trailer. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn, I think I like Ken. Ken's funny. You know, so
when he does the patriarchy and takes over everything, and like holy, they took like within a day,
burning shit down.
And then as soon as that happened, like the next day after that, fucking Civil War.
Yeah, I thought it was funny though, but like it doesn't feel good. It's boys' night every night. That was fun.
Dude, there was a lot of unexpected, hilarious shit. The one thing I was like, all right, if I had watched this movie like at the beginning of the year and said, "Guess how much money this is going to make at the box office?" And they said $1 billion. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I'd be like, with those cutout waves, those cardboard ass waves and shit. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I think it was just a cultural phenomenon where I think people were just like, "Oh, you have to watch it." Like, they're not saying it's great, but you have to watch it just because, you know what I mean? And I mean, hey, cool for them. I think Margot Robbie was one of the producers, so she's gonna bank fucking ridiculous amounts of cash on this too.
You know, I wonder if Wes Anderson was a consultant. You know,
yeah.
Because there was a lot of like at times I'm like, this is not a Wes Anderson film because the aesthetically, you know what I'm saying? Some of the set production and whatever else production, I was like, this is Wes Anderson right here.
Yeah,
it's a lot of stuff, you know, the whimsical stuff and shit.
Yeah,
but and light, the light colors, the pastels, always working light. But yeah. So shout out. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was like a little nervous going in. I'm like, that's all right. I got other things on deck we could watch just in case. But Christina also loved it, and I'm like, this is just a good fun film. I can watch it again.
Such a quitter, bro. You're pre-quitting. You're not even like fucking present playing quit. You're like you're pre-planning to quit. Damn,
I always have a plan B, son.
Fucking full steam ahead, dog.
Congratulations. All right, we good?
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, real quick. Something that we've been watching and I've been loving for the last like month and a half, which I have not talked about on the show at all. Julia, season 2. It came back. Have I talked about it? I don't remember reviewing.
I think you have.
I don't recall that.
I don't know if it was just like it's coming back.
Something.
But you definitely have mentioned Julia.
It's such a fun, good show to like just kind of like relax to, and like you understand all the characters. All the characters are fleshed out. They're all creative people. They just want to do their own thing. Either write books, and there's other like stories that you learn about. You meet other authors who are trying to like struggle to write, and other creatives that are struggling to create. And you're like, damn, this is like a tough journey, but they stick to it. But it's just a really cool show as you just keep going. There's more and more obstacles, and they just keep trying to like do what they love when the world tries to stop them. And you're like, damn, you know what I mean? But it's like, but it's so easy going and it's easy to digest. And there's some serious topics they get into, and you're like, oh shit, and like some progressive stuff. It's ahead of its time. You're like, oh, that's interesting. But at the end of the day, you feel kind of nice. You're like, all right, that was a good, solid, really well done, really well acted show. We're like, shit. And it's all revolves around food. There's this one banquet scene. You're like, fuck. And so it's so cool to watch them cook and do their thing in their crazy kitchens and try to film all this other stuff at the same time. We're like, this is just fucking fun. So Julia, it's on HBO. Season 2, the first season is great. Second season is just as like sharp. And like the performances are all fantastic. And it's like, shit, this is unexpected. So I think the show's almost over, a couple weeks behind, but check it out on HBO if you want a nice little warm blanket after the holiday stress gets you. Check it out.
Sounds good. I'm
telling you, you'll dig it. I think you'll dig it.
Maybe.
Then again, you're kind of a heartless fuck, so we'll see.
I am full of heart, and this is where it starts. Watch this.
Speaking of Wonka. Full of heart, yes, let's hear it. I'm so excited to see what you thought.
All right. And going into it, man, tonight I was so excited to watch this movie. And she was like, she kept asking me, like, is it time to go watch Wonka yet? Is it time to go watch Wonka?
Wow.
For like 3 weeks, she's been asking me. Because I thought when we first watched the trailer.
Yeah.
Huh?
How does she aware of it? Like, did you show her the trailers or did she get like.
I showed her the trailers.
Okay.
And then I told her I was excited, and she's like, I'm excited too. And we previously, she hasn't seen anything before, so this is her first, experience with anything to do with Chocolate Factory, whatever, so going into it, I didn't read too much into it, but I read somewhere that it was a musical, and guess what? It's a musical.
I didn't think I knew that until like a couple of days ago. Someone talked about it. I'm like, really?
Yeah. They're not that, and I'm like, that's another like little deceitful thing, like
I
you
could
should
see
put
that
that
being a
in your
problem.
trailer. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Sure.
You're going in there like, huh? They start singing. You're like, what the fuck? Are they gonna do this the whole time? Okay, so but I'm like, I I got so much like investment in Timmy Chalamet stock
Mm-hmm.
that it didn't matter.
Ooh,
All right, so that I am not a musical guy. You know
that
what I'm
is very
saying?
true.
And but I think the fact that this is a kids film and it's a musical, that is what gave it a pass. So all the silliness and all the flamboyancy or like
Whimsical.
theatrical stuff, you know what I'm saying, felt right because it was a kids movie. It's kind of hard to take like Richard Gere serious. We're like, yeah, boys, brah, brah. In Chicago, when like you guys are adults, you can act like a man. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like singing and dancing and doing high steps and shit, whatever, because it's, they're adults, but with kids films, I guess, it was fine. And the musical numbers were pretty cool. I like the set production. I like the songs were cool. There was two, like, I found out that two of the songs are from the original, that they kind of paid homage to it. And there was like two or three really good songs, and one of them was one of the originals. And yeah, man, Timothy is great, man. To me, the movie was, I enjoyed the movie throughout. I laughed at the funny parts, and I felt engaged with the not funny, like with the serious parts. And I wasn't bored during the musical numbers. And the director did an amazing job. And yeah, it
Director
was cool.
Paddington 1 and 2, by the way.
Yeah, he did a good job. He did a good job. And then so I enjoyed it. I recommend it. And I've read or heard some feedback that some people are kind of like pushing back because maybe Willie's not as crazy as he's been portrayed. Like he's not between he's less than Richard Wilder and definitely less than Johnny Depp. And but like, sometimes like I tell you this, I'm like, why do we always have to do like the same thing over and over? Like when you have an expectation, we're like, oh, it's not like I remember it when I was, like who cares, man? It's a different story, it's a different, interpretation, so it's okay to have that. So sometimes we get a little territorial when it comes to our memories and our, how we remember things and how we want things. Like this GI Joe is perfect. We need it to be like this. I remember, don't touch it. Like fuck around with it, man. Like play with it. Like play around with the character. You might like it. So anyway, so I highly endorse it, and I like it, and it was great.
So your heart is not fully black.
No.
The here's the other crazy thing. Had Dune Part 2 had actually come out, you would have two 180 films from each other starring Chalamet at the same time in theaters. I'm like, what the fuck? I wonder what they shot first, Dune or this one. But
yeah. And this was under 2 hours, which is great for a musical, right? Like who
especially
the fuck
for
was
kids too.
Yeah. So I kept looking at Zenaida and she was like, she was like dancing, and then
so
I was
she
doing
loved it.
And I was like, I've been doing the Oompa Loompa thing. And then she's like, Dad, like all like whatever. I'm embarrassing her, but Oompa Loompa. What's his name? Hugh Grant was amazing, dude. I think everybody did a great job. And it was fun. It was just fun. And there was like some really endearing moments too, where there's like some connections between mother daughter and son and daughter, so it's a good, take your mama with you kind of movie too.
Wow. This is like an introduction to this character in this world for this new next generation of kids, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool for them. Yeah. All right. I'm glad you had a good time. Like, I guess your heart grew at least one size for just watching this one.
Yeah.
All right.
No quitting over here, son. What?
Right. Whoa, shit. All right. Moving on.
Right here in the streets, getting shit done. All right. Moving on. New to the list. All right, man. Reacher season 2.
Yeah.
Out now on Amazon.
Yeah. First
the whole
one,
thing.
First one's
right?
popular. Second one's getting really good reviews. They're saying it's fun. It's not taking itself as serious as the first season, I guess. Yeah. And it's like a little bit bigger and crazier. I'm like, shit, I think I should gotta get back into it.
Yeah, well, the first one was getting decent reviews. It was like high 70s or something like that.
Yeah.
But this one is like elite reviews. So, and the guys, every time I watched an episode, I was like, this fucking guy is huge.
Yeah. Apparently he's huge in the book. So that's why they got this guy.
Yeah. But I'm like, they can't find a bigger shirt. Like, I get it. He's huge, but I'm like, he's over there rocking the schmedium. And I'm like, dude, we get it. You know, like, the schmedium is making me feel kind of a certain way. No schmedium, sir.
That's on Amazon. All right. What else we got?
Next up, your number one and most anticipated film, Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire on Netflix.
Have you seen the reviews?
You sent me a link and I was like, oh, this guy, he's already celebrating this shit. So you just it's like you just want him to fail.
I want everything to succeed. I want everything to be awesome, but it's like he just can't get out of it. He can't get out of his own way. Like I want like more of his old school Dawn of the Dead type fun, good, crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but man, like somewhere along the line, I don't know if he just has like an editor that's out of their fucking mind. And that's like his second cousin and just can't fire him because like they can't make a story that makes sense. But this seems to be the same way. It's kind of like a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes or something crazy. I don't know. It's not good. So I'm like, all right, good. Unfortunately, it looked like an interesting premise, but they just can't tell a story.
Yeah, they can't tell a story.
So that's out now. If people want to watch it on Netflix, Rebel Moon, have fun. Part 2 is coming out next year.
I thought it was December 22nd.
I guess a couple days. I thought it was out, but yeah, there you go. Enjoy.
All right. Next up, we got What If? Marvel's What If Season 2 on Disney Plus, also December 22nd.
I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes of the first season. Mm-hmm. I liked them all. I liked them all a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They were fun.
I like it. I liked it. So I'm excited to watch this. Hopefully, I don't know what's going to happen since the last Marvel thing was Loki. And I don't know what's going to happen with the movement of the story, you know, because, you know, that it's turning to be the greatest downfall for Marvel. It's just like everything has to be tied in together. And it's like, dude, no, it doesn't. Not anymore.
Really loosen it up a little bit. Well, Guardians 3. Guardians 3 was not really tied into much of anything. And I think it was their most successful film in the last couple of years, both box office and I super enjoyed it. Like,
they should have stopped after Endgame, dude, and just like let people do their thing for a few years. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, hindsight, you know, whatever.
All right.
But yeah. So yeah, What If Season 2, Disney Plus.
It's animated, just so folks know. So
yeah,
but it's kind of like some of it's like kind of PG-13ish. Like it's pretty some tough stuff. I'm like, ooh, this is badass action.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving
Last
on.
one. Here we go.
Double feature.
Yes.
All right. And the double feature that we got is like, is it a Christmas movie? Yeah, I like it. I'm proud of this one.
This is gonna be fun. I mean, I got a whole list that I'm gonna talk about in a second, but I'll give you my pick. I'm just gonna start here.
All right, go for it.
Lethal Weapon 1.
I'm reaching too, bro. So we gotta make it. All right.
All right. Lethal Weapon 1.
What? Good job. That was actually my first pick.
Oh, go bug yourself.
Yeah.
Luckily, Shane Black, everything he does is pretty much a Christmas movie, like adjacent. So you can just pick anything on his list and you're correct.
Yeah. Just Google Shane Black and be like, yeah.
I mean, it opens up with like a shootout in a Christmas tree lot. I mean, what more do you need?
Yeah. Who doesn't want to see Mel Gibson all coked out?
It was nuts.
It's Christmas trees.
Makes it Christmas. It's during Christmas. You hear Christmas songs. It's right there the whole time.
It's just in LA. That's why there's no snow. It's not LA's fault. Yeah, man. I like it.
What do you got?
All right. Well, since you took my numero uno, Good job, sir. I'm gonna go with a classic. I guess maybe it's the same year or close by. I'm gonna go with Gremlins.
Ooh, very Christmassy.
Yeah.
Super Christmassy.
Yeah, remember watching this shit when you were a kid?
And you're like, oh, this is cute. Oh shit, am I supposed to be this scared?
Yeah. And mom is freaking out in the kitchen. She microwaving, blending, using all the gadgets. She has some crazy kills.
It's crazy because like that's like a kids-ish movie, but it's not. Like there's some stuff where it is like, I'm just gonna keep thinking of the cute guy. Keep thinking of the cute guy. While murders and crazy dudes are getting run over by tractors and fucking thrown in the blues, and you're just like, what the fuck is that? And then dudes are bubbling their bodies when you get them wet. They're like, ah, and you're like, Jesus, like they're like Toxic Avenger level shit. And you're like, God damn.
Yeah. And I remember her like, there's a lot of questionable choices in the thing, you know, but when they all went in the theater and stuff and they were getting snacks, all of that shit was hilarious. But I remember, man, after watching the film, and I'd be like, Gizmo caca. And my sister hated that. She's younger than me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She'd
that
be
was
like,
funny.
And she'd be like, don't say it. And I'd be like, Gizmo, caca. You know, you're the jerk older brother. You're going to say it. You know, I'm like, what don't you want me to say? Gizmo caca, you know, like, but
that was one of the funniest damn lines. Like my family, like everyone was like, ah,
yeah, Gizmo caca. Still gets you.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, so there you go. We did it, man.
Yeah, my other backup one was going to be The Long Kiss Goodnight, also Shane Black.
Yeah,
because it's all Christmas.
The one after that, I was gonna go Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but
also that's the other. They're all Shane Black. He Christmas time. Let's kill people.
Yeah, Iron Man 3. It's Christmas too.
Let's kill people.
Yeah. All right.
I think his only non-Christmas one was the Predator movie that he did. Pretty sure there was no Christmassy in that one. There's also no fun in that one. So, anyways.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Anything else you want to add, or anything? You good?
All right, let's wrap it out of here. What do you say?
All right, everybody. That's our show. Have a Merry Christmas. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments or recommendations. I'm sorry about Andres. We'll work on it. Are we missing something you like? Let us know. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
Have a great week. 2 nerds, 1 pot. Vamos. Let's go. Brothers.